Some random thoughts. Saturday, good morning. Hope you're having a great weekend already. What is to talk about Saturday morning? Random thoughts. I write my blog called Random Thoughts because it's whatever pops into here and makes me think, and then, keeps the cogs turning, I guess. The subject of grief, that's one that pops up every day. What is it? For whatever it is, I think the topic of conversation is something we need to have more often, so that those who are stricken with grief, and stricken sounds like it's really bad, right? For those struggling with it, experience loss and don't know what to do and don't know why I feel like this anymore. What happened to me? For me, it was my children. I buried children a couple of occasions. And that's difficult because, as they say, it turns the order of things upside down. Burying your parents is difficult. But when you bury a child, it flips the script. Something blows your mind. But for anybody who's dealing with loss, I make this video to help in some way, but also to encourage others to have that conversation, to speak on it, to discuss grief and loss. It's just like this taboo subject that nobody knows how to talk to someone when they're in that stage of grief. And I disagree with this idea of stages of grief, because there is no stage. It doesn't go away just because you went through a 3-month stage or a 6-month stage or a 1-year stage. Oh, you're not at stage 5 yet. Oh, give it another year. I disagree with all that. I think the only stage we need to overcome is to start to discuss it openly. Let's not hide that we loved somebody once and they're gone now, and we don't know what to do with the love, so it hurts us inside. We've nowhere to deliver it to. And why do people find it so difficult to talk or discuss this grief and this grieving and this hurt and this pain? When we begin to normalize the conversation and normalize that it's okay to be hurt, it's okay to have loss in our life, and it's okay to want them back every minute of every day. And then we go do something in it any day, and today's a sunny day. I'm going to watch the rugby later, and I'm going to enjoy that. And I'm not going to feel guilty because I'm having time enjoying myself. I'm not going to be all bent out of shape because, oh, but my children aren't here, and how can I smile? Something's wrong. Who do I talk to? Nobody wants to discuss grief. Nobody wants to discuss loss. Nobody wants to discuss pain. Nobody wants to discuss emotional hurt. Nobody wants to discuss, but reach out. Reach out where? When the topic is taboo. The topic of conversation to discuss loss because not everybody seems to understand it or wants to understand it. But a pretty high percentage majority of us will experience this. We may just not have experienced it yet. Now, obviously not as tragic as losing my children, but we will lose a granny, a grandfather, maybe a pet, a father, a mother, an aunt, an uncle, and we'll experience loss of a loved one. So why not check in with your friend that lost a loved one and sit with them in their space where they're at? Say hi and let them talk about it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to offer advice. All you got to do is have an ear and say, hey, it's okay. I understand loss. I go through that too. But what? We're going to be have egg on our face or show some embarrassing stuff about ourselves that we are some way weak as a human because we get bogged down in hurt due to some loss of a loved one? It's not weakness, that's strength. And strength is discussing it openly and talking and speaking with those who are willing to listen. But guess what? Not everybody's willing to listen because it's scary stuff. And they don't understand it because they haven't been through it and they don't know what to do and there's nobody can take it away. I can't take it away for anybody. What I can do is continue to write my blogs when I have these random thoughts, and it is important. But the message today for live or to make this video is the discussion of losing somebody and the process of grief and the life and living with grief and loss. These are the topics of conversation that you need to have. And they're not down. Forget about thinking they're downward spiraling type of negative conversations. That's not the point. They're conversations that we can begin to normalize it so people can stop whispering and shuffling their feet and going, oh, I don't know what to say to them. Look, oh, what do you say to someone who's lost? Oh, what do you say? Well, guess what? What did you want said to you the day you were messed up in the head over it? What did you wish for? And that's what you can offer to the person who may be struggling at the moment. And if we have more and more of these conversations, I don't want to hear conversations about all the pedophiles in the world. But somehow that seems to be more intriguing to everyone. Instead of offering a helping hand, a listening ear. And fuck those stages of grief bullshit, man. I know many of you believe in them, the stage and the stage and the stage and the stage. It's forever, man, when you lose somebody. It's a very definitive forever. But guess what? We can still smile when we can talk about it. And we can speak openly. And guess what? Also, so many circles where you move in won't understand. They will not understand. When you know that they won't understand, you're not going to be hurt by it. You need to understand that first. When you know they don't have a clue, they don't have a clue when the fibers of your entire body experience hurt and pain. They won't understand that. But don't look for their understanding. Get out from inside of you, out of your head space, out of your emotional well. And no, it's okay to hurt when you're experiencing grief and the loss of a loved one. Easy for me to say, you may think, from where you are at. I know. I have walked through the fires of hell. And I'm here, surviving, thriving. Thriving not as much as I want to at the moment. That's on me. I'll make it happen. Got some great news last night. So maybe today is an easier day for me. On a bit of a high from that. Looking forward to the sporting event later of the year. And I just want to let you know, normalize the topic. Normalize the conversation. Have the conversation. You know your friend who buried their father, mother, cousin, aunt, daughter, son, grandfather. You know that person in your life? 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago. It's possible they're not having a good day. And they may just want a friend to know that there's no real understanding around this topic other than to have the conversation. Speak about it, speak on it, get in your feelings. Some people don't like that. Get in your feelings. Let it out. It helps. And by all of us having an understanding that we need to normalize the subject of grief and stop allowing all of us to help and aid the isolation of the person grieving. Think about that. It's 10 minutes already. I can't believe that flew by. Anyway, happy weekend. Good to see you. Normalize the subject. Speak on it. And it's totally okay. You will be fine and you will live. Continue to breathe. Have fun whatever you're doing, wherever you are. And know this. This guy, me, understands and know you will be okay. Okay? Because I walked through the fires of hell. This is the result. This is what it looks like. See you later.